Hey, Dead Space is back. Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another video. And I'm here to give you my quick thoughts. I'm gonna try to make this quick too, because I have thoughts, obviously, but I have yet to finish the game yet. Just so warning there. This is the first impressions. First impressions. First 5 hours. My opinions on the Dead Space remake. 15 years later, we got a Dead Space remake. Some would say unnecessary. I would say, shut up. We're getting more Dead Space. Don't question it. Don't tell EA, oh, why is this necessary? We need more Dead Space. We need more horror games. Even if I'm a little baby pussy and I get tensed up at every moment of every horror game ever, I am a little baby. We need more horror games. Horror games are important. God damn it. Especially survival horror games. And I was so excited when they announced this. Oh my god, Dead Space being back made my lower region very happy. And I was I was a little worried. I was, because EA Motive, they made that Star Wars game, Squadrons. I heard was really good. I played a little bit of it. I didn't play enough of it to be able to give you an opinion, really. But I was still worried, because I was like, all right, that's a completely different game than Dead Space. This isn't visceral. It's a remake too. Some remakes have not been great in the past. Some have been really good, especially in the survival horror genre. But I was still a little worried. I just couldn't help being worried. And first 30 minutes of this game, immediately I was like, they nailed it. They nailed it. They nailed it. They nailed it. I like, it looks gorgeous, plays really well. The plasma cutter, top tier weapon still. They nailed it. They recreated this entire game from ground up, and they nailed it. Nailed every aspect of what I've played so far. The stasis, the kinesis, the weapons. They even added new abilities. The necromorphs. Look at the necromorphs. Look how like they peel away their skin and their organs and their meat. So good. You can blow up a necromorph to the point where they're just a skeleton. Look at that guy. He dead as hell. But you can. I'm not even kidding. You can blow up a necromorph to the point where they're just a skeleton. That's not a joke. You can do that. I blew up a necromorph where he was a skeleton necromorph, and I was like, oh no, well, the friggin' spooky, scary skeletons. And I was like, oh, scary. And I shot him in his freaking legs and he died instantly. It is a gorgeous remake. And the differences they add, just the little things, are just smart. They're just so smart. I don't really want to spoil all of them, but there's so many ones. If you're really familiar with Dead Space, there's a couple moments in Dead Space that are kind of annoying. One of revolving around asteroids, which I never thought was super annoying, because I never finished Dead Space 1 when it first came out because I was too much of a little pussy, but I did get that far to do that part. But I did finish Dead Space 1 a couple years ago, like I think 2019. So I never finished it when it first came out. I watched a lot of playthroughs, but I never finished it because I was a little bitch. I did finish Dead Space 2 when it first came out, and Dead Space 3, and Dead Space Ignition, and Dead Space Extraction. By the way, Ignition and Dead Space 3 we don't talk about. Extraction, though, very underrated. Very underrated. I wish we would get another one of those, or just a remake. Actually scared me. But yeah, we're watching the GameSpot gameplay that came out a few months ago. I didn't want to take other people's gameplay, so I just used GameSpot's, which is okay because this is straight up from the developers. So, or actually, I don't know. Maybe GameSpot did this. Whatever. I've used this before, and the logo's there, so I feel okay. But I was really, really, really happy immediately with this game, because not only did it look great, there was little changes, just little differences that I was noticing. They added different secondary fires for some of the weapons that actually make those weapons a little bit more useful. Like the flamethrower was almost entirely useless in Dead Space 1. Not that it was entirely useless. Those little guys that scurry on you and stuff, it's good to kill those guys for sure. But for regular necromorphs, I mean, it's fun to see them get put on fire and stuff. But this one adds like a firewall now, so you can actually like shoot a firewall where if they come near you, then obviously they get set on fire, which is really cool. So like just little add-ons like that. The pulse rifle, which I always liked the pulse rifle. I know a lot of people didn't, but I always liked it. Not the best at dealing like limb damage, but it's always a fun gun to use, and eventually you'll kill them. And it's good for like the little guys, the ones with the tentacles and all that. Yes, I agree that the plasma cutter is really the only weapon you exactly need, and it's the same thing here. But like having like the additional better augments for these weapons is really cool. By the way, the pulse rifle has a proximity mine, which saved my ass a few times already. But yeah, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Having Isaac be voiced this time by Gunnar Jensen again, who voiced him in 2 and 3, is a great. I think it's a great change. It adds a little bit more to Isaac. I get liking having a character that doesn't speak too much, so you can put yourself in their shoes. But I'm always the kind of guy that likes having a really likable main protagonist. I really do. I really do enjoy that, especially in shit like this, which is something I'll never be a part of. So I don't need my character. I don't know why the stasis doesn't work there. I don't need my character to really be me in every game. So I'm okay with Isaac talking and having a personality, especially if he's played by the guy that did him in Dead Space 2, which I thought Isaac was extremely likable and an interesting character in Dead Space 2. Like, they actually really nailed him as a character in Dead Space 2, I think. So I was happy to see that Gunnar Jensen was nailing the role like he did 10 or so years ago, and he's great. And the new face for Isaac, using his actual face, Gunnar Jensen's face, I think works. Nicole, not 100% sure of yet. I mean, we've seen her a few times so far in the game, but for the most part, I think it's fine. It's not that big of a deal to me. The gameplay is excellent. The atmosphere is off the charts intense. The Ishimura is beautiful and gorgeous and fucking scary as hell, like it was 15 years ago. It looks absolutely breathtaking. I know I keep talking about the graphics, but fuck, this game looks so good on an OLED. If you have an OLED TV, it might be one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Like, legitimately. And it might just be because it's always in the dark too, and I like the goopy blood. But it looks so good. It really does. The lighting is amazing. The art design is fucking fantastic. They nailed it. Motive, you nailed it. That Frostbite engine, ooh, buddy, that needs to be used for way more stuff. And it looks like EA is heeding the call and letting people use it for way more stuff than just fucking the few things they use it for now, like Battlefield and Battlefront, I guess. I want to say, is that used for something else? Does Star Wars Jedi use that? I don't know. I'm not sure if they do. I'm not 100%. I'm gonna assume no, because it doesn't look as good as something like this. But also, this is in the dark a lot of times, so yeah. And the little story differences, I like. The little side missions you could do now, they're not too crazy, but they give you extra bonuses, which is really cool. Being able to explore the Ishimura at any point, pretty much, maybe not at any point, but you have to unlock certain levels. But towards the end of the game, you'll have pretty much everything unlocked, and you could travel between every section of the Ishimura. Really makes it feel like a giant ship this time, where before it was like, separated by chapters. So if you go to the next chapter, you won't be able to go to the next the older place, you know what I mean, the older, like, medical or whatever, unless you have to go back to medical, which you do. So you couldn't just free travel really after certain points, I guess. In this game, you could just keep going back and forth. You'll have to unlock certain things, because now they have like a Metrovania style, like you can't open this door until later on, so you have to come back and stuff, which is cool. The AI director thing, the intensity director they call it, is insane, because if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much what's in Left 4 Dead, where Left 4 Dead has a thing, I think it's called the AI director, actually, where they'll know it's been a little while since a horde of zombies have shown up. Let's just throw a horde of zombies in there. Same thing here. The game knows when, oh, you know what, it's been a little while since the player hasn't, has shit their pants. So let's fuck with them a little bit. Let's throw a necromorph in there that wasn't here before. Let's turn the lights out and make a loud noise so you think there's something there, but there isn't. And then, oh, you turn the corner and there's a necromorph. It's great. It fucks with you, and I love it. I really do. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. So far, it's been fantastic. I just got to the hunter, and the hunter is even more terrifying than it was originally. I don't know what it is with horror games and regenerating fucking bad guys, but god damn it, stop it. We have Resident Evil 4 coming up soon. Oh, I don't even want to see that one. Anyway, those ones, I should say. Isn't there multiple ones in Resident Evil 4? Oh, if anything I'd be happy about getting cut in Resident Evil 4 would be that. People would hate it. I would love it, though. I hate regenerating bad guys. Knowing that I just waste all my ammo just so I can maybe escape. It's fucking... I guess you could say the same thing about Mr. X and Nemesis, but I always was able to outrun at least Mr. X. I guess you could outrun a regenerator too. It's just one of those things where they're scary too. Oh, he's scary. Anyway, so that's it. That's all I want to say. There's more to talk about really, but I'm gonna hold judgment until I finish the game. I'll probably do a video where I really talk about it, unless my opinion is exactly the same as it is right now. Then maybe I won't. But anyway, there you go. That's it. Just wanted to share my opinion. Dead Space remake, fantastic. Right now, it's definitely at least a 9 out of 10. It's fucking amazing. It looks gorgeous. It really is one of the best looking games I've seen in at least a long time. There you go. That's it. Bye.